We will not be intimidated. We will not back down. We've seen war. We don't want war. But if you want war with the United States of America, there's one thing I can promise you, so help me God. Someone else will raise your sons and daughters.
America, please stand for us. We are dying. America, save our life. Yesterday, one of my colleagues, Reverend, was slaughtered with his wife and his children. We have nobody. Everybody, we are now ready to do the last prayer. We have nobody to stand. Women are dying every day. Men are dying. What do you want us to do? Please, please, I'm begging you. Please, stand for the helpless.
In 2014, these people went to file a petition in the US that Nigeria is suffering from insecurity issue. The people you can see there are people like Muhammadu Buhari, the former president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and Rotimi Amechi, the former governor of Rivers State. They went to file a petition to the US government that Nigeria is suffering from persecution. They were trying to make the then president, President Goodluck Jonathan, to look like a bad person, like he's not capable. Fast forward now, Goodluck Jonathan has rule finished. Buhari entered. He don't die, come out. Now Bola Ahmed Tinubu is on seat, and this is when the US government are beginning to be like, yeah, there was a petition you guys put then. We want to address the issue. All of a sudden, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is saying that nothing is happening in this country. A petition that he personally went to file in 2014 because someone he didn't like was ruling Nigeria. All of a sudden now, he doesn't know that anything is happening in Nigeria. You know, no say come and go meet and this fast.
We can never ever accept the United Kingdom position by addressing Nigeria as an Islamic state. David Cameron announced of Nigeria as an Islamic state is an attempt to deprive our children their childhood and their roots. It must be resisted. When Nigeria was amalgamated, we need to ask the United Kingdom, were there an agreement that after a certain period of time, Nigeria will officially become an Islamic state? Were there a clause in the amalgamation agreement that in 2023, Nigeria will become Islamic state, and the Biafra people accepted it, and other indigenous nationalities in Nigeria accepted it? The answer is no. The same way the 1999 constitution was brought and forced on indigenous people, including the Biafra people, is the same way they have systematically forced everyone to accept Islamic state status in this particular 2023. And no Christian, no pastor, no GO, no OG talking and condemning the United Kingdom for systematically supporting the Islamization of Biafra people and every other indigenous person in Nigeria. To that end, we will continue to defend Biafra land and Biafra people with arms, sophisticated arms that will lead to the declaration of Biafra as an independent.
The resources that is in the south, the so-called south of the Biafra land, is it in your territory? Or what have people from Niger that have benefited from the crude oil? What have they benefited for 63, 65 years now? What have they benefited? We should keep quiet and die in silence so that Nigeria will be happy. We keep quiet and die in silence. Nigerian government will be happy because of crude oil. Because that is their aim and objective. I don't know why the West is attacking this statement by Donald Trump. I believe Donald Trump will not listen to them at the end of the day. Don't listen to them. Those who are saying that they are going to defend for 40 years now, they have not been able to apprehend one terrorist.
But it was a big mistake, the president Tinubu, choosing his vice as a Muslim. This Muslim ticket. Do you not think this is a sign that Nigeria there's an agenda to Islamize this country with?
Okay, let me tell you very clearly. When I see this kind of statement coming from Reverend Kuka, I wept. Shehu Sani, I wept. I say, actually, we are seeing it very clearly. Those who believe in Nigeria and those who love Nigeria. That's how you know. So you can see that all this silence about the killings that is systematically going on in Nigeria means that the government is just simply pretentious about it. They are pretending. I know the statement, we are always on top of the situation. Ask any administration, we are on top of the situation. And Christians are being killed on daily basis. Well, it got to take another dimension now. And the reality on ground, America should not slack on this issue. Because we don't know who is going to be the victim. And that is the fact. They're coming together, and for you see them coming out together, all these powerful people, around the world, stating very clear. That means they know the history of what is called South today. They know the history of how they come and manipulated the old Eastern Bloc and say it is South. And they made it very clearly that South is a Biafran land, and that if they want to do anything, they will establish American military base in Port Harcourt, River State, Ugwuota, because it is a Biafra land. Nobody is going to stop that. If you like, let you be Asorock Dokubo. If you like, let you be. Look at what the governor said yesterday. The governor of River State was cursing them. He said, "Are you not Igbo? Civil Fubara was telling them, you, what is your name? Are you not Igbo? Shame unto you." But the truth must come out. There's no two ways about it. If the governor of River State can be telling these people, a king that is denying that there is not Igbo from River State, and the government is saying, it's unfortunate you are saying this. It tells you a lot of things about these people. And now that the world is coming to say the truth, that South is Biafran land, and they're going to, yes, let America come to my place and establish military base.
What do you think the Nigerian government will accept this? Do you not think they will insist that this cannot be possible? Because we've seen even Israel, wanting to, a lot of people were saying that, I think 2 months ago, Bianca, the foreign affairs minister, met with some top Israeli, government official as regards this same killing in Biafran land and in Nigeria to be precise. But at the same time, we were thinking that the Vatican army will come to Nigeria to rescue the Christians from this consistent killing. But do you not think the government might not want to agree with Trump as regards sending down or creating this military base we're talking about in Port Harcourt?
Oh, but is it your land? The resources that is in the South, the so-called South, the Biafran land, is it in your territory? Or what have people from Niger Delta benefited from the crude oil? What have they benefited for 63, 65 years now? What have they benefited? Apart from the few militants who are into bunkering. What is an ordinary man in Niger Delta benefiting from the crude oil? Yes, if America is coming to my place, let them come, and whatever that their interest is, let them come and equip me. Instead of Nigeria equipping me and taking my resources away without anything to benefit from it. They have said it very clearly. And they are coming with facts, that to tell you. And nobody can deny that. It's not the world organization that created South. It was the Nigerian government that created South. And look at what Gowon said. The reason why they created it was to make sure that they oppress and suppress those who are against world Nigeria. Britain has disconnected themselves from the North. The only strength that the Northerners are enjoying now is complete seizure of the resources of the Niger Delta. Taking over the resources of the Niger Delta. Thousands of oil wells. And they don't want any resistance voice. And that's one of the reasons today Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in DSS custody. This is something Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said how many years ago? Nigeria should not pretend over this reality. That is what it is. It is coming. And there's a sign. Yes, for peaceful disintegration, because the American military presence will bring about peaceful disintegration of Nigeria. No, nobody. We have had enough. Enough is enough.
But where did I come aside the Kubo? Reject Trump. He said, who is Trump to bring military to Nigeria? He said, who is Trump? Do you agree with Asorock?
That's what I'm telling you. You know what he said? He said he's not going to defend Nigeria. He's going to defend Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You can see what has come over Asorock Kubo. That he's not going to defend Nigeria. That he's going to defend. I don't know. Yes, I can see his military men there clearly. Yes, I can see he has enough, and of course he always claim that he's the one. You know, but I'm telling you, everything that is happening, those kind of statements, you cannot see it from people. Nobody can from the east. Nobody is listening to him.
Okay, for what he said now, do you know? You know, a lot of people, Asorock have said it time and time again that his boys are working with the Nigerian military to pay, you know, this Southeasterners. With what he's saying now, do you think that now?
That's what I'm saying. I think he has had enough of the bunkering. He's comfortable. You know, he has made a lot of money. You know, and that is it. He's not defending Nigeria. He's defending Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And you know the reason why? That you see, this is selfishness. There's no justification for that. Millions of Niger Deltans are dying of pollution, air pollution. You can see militants in bunkering. That again, let me tell you very clearly. You know, go and mark it. Everything that these people are saying now are being documented. And when you call him to ask him question, what Asorock Kubo's statement few years ago and what his statement now, you will know that something is wrong somewhere. People that are not consistent with the reality.
Before,
what is he saying now? That's to tell you now. You understand? Are you trying to tell Bola Ahmed Tinubu America that they should not kill Tunji Bello? Is that what Asorock Kubo is saying? Is that what Sowore is saying? Is that what Reverend Kuka is saying? But this has been the reality what Nigerians have come to find themselves, because Nigeria is running an Islamic government. Christians are not as radicals. Christians are not radicals. Yes, Christians are not radicals. Then they should fold their arms and allow people to kill them.
Okay, quickly. But Shegumi has come and said what? He said if Trump don't reiterate or rephrase his statement against Nigeria, that Tinubu should cut ties with America. Do you not think Shegumi should be arrested?
Is really pushing Bola Ahmed Tinubu into trouble? Yes, that statement you want to. You can see it's not now.
Trump should go for people like Shegumi.
Trump met Buhari in the United States of America when Nigeria was faces CAC country. You understand? He met there. He went to America. And what Donald Trump reacted to that over Nigeria being designated. So why is Kubi not saying the same statement when during the Buhari era? It tells you that you want to push Bola Ahmed Tinubu into trouble. Normally, would Nigeria stand American if America decided to take up Nigeria? The only thing that America can do in Nigeria is to make sure that there is peaceful disintegration, so that the North can go and do their Sharia, their own thing. The Yorubas can go. Yes, you can see what they're saying. That in the next 40 years now, that Southwest will be totally Islamized. In the next 40 years, you know what that means? In the next, not saying. The North is saying it. Nigeria should be disintegrated. That's my opinion, personal opinion. And the old Eastern region should be restored and be declared the sovereignty of the first Jewish black nation in the world, Biafra. As simple as that. It's not a crime. Because there are every indices, according to United Nations Act, for Biafra to seek self-determination. There's every indices. I will not be pretending over this secular unity and I'll die on the process. And you say Nigeria must be one. Who told you that? Ah, okay. Before when I no one go they fight, they no one take down. What is the primary fundamental? What is the government fundamental essence of government? Is it not to protect life and property? Outside that, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years, Nigerians are still dying. No. No. Those who want to do their religion according to their own faith should go and do it in their own religion. What is wrong with that? I mean, go and do it. I don't see Biafran Christians invading the north. I don't see Biafran Christians invading the middle belt. I don't see Biafran Christians invading the southwest. Yes, like the news is going on now. You know, there's this arrangement within the middle belt, and everybody's moving to hope that the world will recognize Biafra, so that they will move in and live in peace. Yes, coming from the world most powerful person, world most powerful nation, is something one need to talk about. We need to talk about Donald Trump statement recently that has, stirred the dust in Asorock. Everybody is currently standing up now in Abuja, in Asorock. Both the ministers, both those foot soldiers of course, everybody is standing up now. That's when we begin to know those who actually love Nigeria. And none of them we are seeing today love Nigeria. I'm not talking about Femi Fani-Kayode, Sowore, Gumi, that believed in Nigeria. They never believed in Nigeria. Why are they against Trump killing Tuji Bello? Why are they against Trump killing Wadume? Why are they against Trump killing Alaro? Why are they against Trump killing terrorists? Why are you people saying, why is Sowore very questionable at this point in time? Sowore, I did not believe this, that this will actually come from you. But that shows clearly that Nigeria do not love Nigeria. So, I want to ask Sowore this very direct question. What happened to a child of 6 years that was beaten on the streets? And he said, I'm going to call my daddy. What does that mean? So if I seek protection from anywhere in the world, is it a crime to protect myself? And I believe such person can protect me. Is it a crime, Sowore? This is over 40 years of killings of stop in Nigeria. And you said you believe in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You believe in what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is saying. This has actually exposed you, who you are and what you represent. Fani Kayode, you went to cell, prison to visit Nnamdi Kanu, and you said you align with Nnamdi Kanu. What are you talking about today? What are you saying now? That terrorists should not be wiped away from Nigeria? Well, it's a very direct statement that the Biafra movement, a lot of people are saying that it has ignited world attention. Check out all the old media houses all over the world now. Everybody is focused on Nigeria. The satellite is focused on Nigeria, and they are watching everything. I told you that everything that's happening in Nigeria is being documented. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS. Don't think that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is standing alone. He is not standing alone. Everything that is happening in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in that court. What is Bola Ahmed Tinubu going to America to do? Are you going to tell Americans not to kill Tuji Bello? What are you going to America to do? What a funny nation and funny leaders. And I must say this very clearly. It has become very clear that the restoration of the old Eastern Bloc has become a reality. Whether you like it or not, back and go where you feel that you belong, but not in Biafran land. Biafrans have never invaded any nation. We are not invaders. We don't invade people. We don't attack people. We don't kill people just for conquest, just for one reason. Yes, I'm not surprised they have turned Islam in Nigeria as a government. Islam has become a government in Nigeria. And that is why those who are in government today are pretentiously going up and down. The day Donald Trump tweeted that is going to be gun blaring. Yes, the NATO chief has reacted. The EU has reacted. The European Parliament has reacted. The international community has reacted. AU has reacted to the quest for the liberation of the 4 Jewish black men. I cannot to say it. The military base, whatever it is, that's the fact. Is that the reason why they are coming to bring peace? So be it. Nigerians are dying in Nigeria, and the government have not been able to do anything. And suddenly, we are seeing people saying, Donald Trump, organizations, powerful nations, you know what is called NATO? Northern Atlantic Treaty Organization is one of the most powerful military allied forces in the world. The president is saying that we know what happened in 1967. The EU Parliament is saying we know what happened in 1967. That is unfortunate that the then American president, Nixon, did not intervene at that time. But today, Americans and its allies are looking at that direction. They are going to align and join Biafra movement. You know why? That's what they call legacy. Over the years, they have studied the Biafran people. They have studied the Eastern Bloc. They have looked at histories. And there's nowhere they have actually compromised. In terms of relationship, in terms of existence, you can never associate with them in anything that has to do with terrorism. It's only in Nigeria that the Igbo people are seen as terrorists. But in that side world, it's part of the American policy. And that's the American policy. Ever since that 9/11 was invaded, the World Trade Center was bombed by terrorists, they make it an international policy that anywhere these people are, we must find them out. Now I can tell you about Benjamin Netanyahu. Why is Benjamin Netanyahu in Syria? Why is Benjamin Netanyahu in Yemen? Why is Benjamin Netanyahu in Iran? Why is Benjamin Netanyahu in Iraq? Why is Benjamin Netanyahu is in anywhere the Israeli interest is threatened? Why are Nigerians going against this? That means the plan to totally Islamize and run Nigeria as an Islamic government, where the North is saying, no, they cannot be able to do away or eradicate anything called Sharia. Then that means we are running an Islamic government in Nigeria. And that's the solution we are talking about today. What is it? Let every region that believe in whatever they believe go and see. My brother, it is not by force. Why are they against Trump coming to Nigeria? Who told you? Let every region, if you say you are not a northerner, go and organize yourself there in the north. After all, what is holding us together has expired 2014. In Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, we have 5 states where we are supposed to have 6 or 7 thereabout ministers. We don't have any minister under his government. It's only 2 ministers. I don't know whether it's only up to 1. And you are saying you are favoring Igbo. You are doing this, you are doing that. Okay? The level of marginalization, oppression and suppression is too much. What have the Igbo man done to Nigeria? Is it a crime to seek for self-determination? Where the indices of seeking...
The truth is finally out. Now that the French government has declared the CDS of Nigeria, Musa, a terrorist now, what is the next phase of the lie? What lies can the government tell Nigerians?